Hello, my name is Renee Kennetts, and along with my other group members, Lisa Kawase and Chloe Kavanagh, we have put together a unit of work called Stuck on You, exploring the science of magnetism for Stage 2 students in Year 4. I will take you on a tour to navigate you through our virtual resource kit that we have collaborated together. I would like to point out that the website is still being edited and therefore some of the elements are not yet included in the website. On the homepage, Chloe has written a statement of topic. Here Chloe has provided a brief overview of the unit, what it is all about, and the topics that we will cover. The next tab on our menu is differentiation. This has been written by Lisa and includes information on how our unit of work offers diversity and integration that caters to individual needs and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children. This page discusses the importance of catering to the diverse abilities in students and how we provide these opportunities for them. There are many teaching strategies that have been chosen carefully to adhere for the trusting relationships with the students. This demonstrates a sign of respect and provides the teacher to understand the students and their language. Language is often seen as a leading barrier in teaching Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children, and is therefore a priority to implement scientific terminology that is understandable. The unit also caters for students who may not understand the scientific term through the use of key scientific knowledge and pertinent loans of knowledge. Lisa has also attached an article published from the Board of Studies in 2008, Working with Aboriginal Communities. This assists in catering for all of the students to maximise their learning potential. So back up to the menu bar, the next tab is called KLA Integration. Now this page is still being edited as mentioned before and will be completed by myself, Renee. This page will detail how our unit of work is able to successfully integrate across key learning areas and the benefits. Because as has been shown, an integrated curriculum encourages an increase in the conceptual understanding of science topics. So from the KLA integration page, I've included a link in the left-hand corner, and this is used to navigate straight to the KSK and curriculum page to ensure a smooth transition of understanding for the reader. So I'll click on it and it will take us to the next tab. Key Scientific Knowledge and Curriculum. The KSK and curriculum page was a collaboration from all of the group members. It includes a table where the key scientific knowledge elements from all of the lessons throughout the unit have been compiled into one table, along with the related pertinent loans of knowledge and lessons that each KSK and PLOC point relates to. So here, as you can see in the first column, that is the KSK, Key Scientific Knowledge. Second column is the PLOC, Pertinent Loans of Knowledge. And then last of all, the related lesson that each of those pieces of information relates to. So at the bottom of the table, there is another table which includes details of the outcomes and indicators of all of the lessons. So, as you can see, there are the KLAs. So for example, this one is mathematics. You can see the outcome code, the outcome and indicators that have been used within the lessons, and the specific lesson that each relates to. Lisa's also included a button that takes us to the top of the page. So if we click on that, it scrolls us back up. So now we're going to go to the next tab, which is called Unit Lessons. So as you can see, there are lessons 1 to 12. Let's go to lesson 1. So lesson 1 covers the knowledge, what is a magnet? So this is the introductory lesson for our unit of work. As you can see for the layout of the page, there are curriculum links on the side, different KLAs, whole class objective, rationale, focus question, and lesson development. There are links that take you to the virtual resources or physical resources used for the specific lessons, and ways to support or extend students. So Chloe has created the subpages 1, 2, 6 and 7. Lesson 1, as we have seen, introduces the unit with the focus question of what is attracted to magnets. Children are able to draw on their prior real-life experiences with magnets and also explore magnets and what is attracted to them, documenting their findings by taking photos and categorizing materials as they are attracted to magnets or not attracted to magnets. As a group, we thought that it would be important for our children to be able to document their own learning, and as teachers we can use this as a tool for assessment. So we agreed to use the app Explain Everything to create a visual learning journal that the children will work on throughout all of the lessons and use as a summative assessment tool at the end. Chloe's lesson 2 focuses on how magnets work. This builds on the posing questions of how magnets work. In this lesson, children build an understanding of the magnetic field, viewing it in an experiment. Using a white piece of paper onto a magnet, and iron filings are sprinkled over the top. As you can see, here is the materials and method of how to do this experiment. And again, the buttons that link you to the virtual and physical resources used in this lesson. So as a group, we kept the same layout of all of our work. So as you can see, the same areas are used throughout. So this other work of Chloe's is lesson 6. In lesson 6, children will build on their understanding of the magnetic field. Understanding that the magnetic field is able to exert force from a distance. And again, here is the experiment used to show that. The last lesson of Chloe's is lesson 7. Here, students will discover that magnets vary in strength, and they will directly compare magnetic fields and show how far they reach to the strength of the magnets. Chloe has intended for the children to reach the conclusion that the greater the strength of the magnet, the further the distance the magnetic field can reach. I'm now going to show my lessons that I've created. So that is Renee. My first one is lesson 3. So I've created the subpages lesson 3, 4, 5 and 8. In lesson 3, I cover the topic of magnet polarity. Children use their prior knowledge of magnetic fields to support the notion of magnetic polarity. They are introduced to a hands-on way that the children can discover a magnet's polarity and its relativity to Earth as a natural magnet. Children construct and use a compass in an engaging mapping activity. Again, here is the experiment. So in my lessons, children continue to build their visual learning journal to document their conceptual understandings as they travel throughout the unit. My second lesson, as we go to the tabs, lesson 4, is still being edited, but this one is on attraction and repulsion. Here the children engage in a range of online games to motivate them and cement their understanding of polarity from the previous lesson. And then children understand now that this influences attraction and repulsion of a magnet. And in this lesson, I'm going to get the children to use their information on attraction and repulsion in a competitive game of car racing, where the children will use magnets to push and pull a car along a track. My next lesson, lesson 5, is on magnetic permeability. So magnetic permeability focuses on an inquiry-based approach where children test and discover materials that are more or less permeable with magnets. Again, I use the Explain Everything app to keep consistency throughout the unit. And again, ways to support and extend students. And like on all of our lessons, there are buttons to take you to virtual resources and physical resources, and the resources used in the unit. Lastly, my lesson 8 is on natural and artificial magnets. So this lesson takes on a very hands-on approach where children learn what makes a magnet magnetize and how magnets occur naturally and how they are man-made. Children then make their own magnetized object with slime. And here is the experiment that I've used. Again, there is more editing to go into this page. So now we're going to look at Lisa's subpages. So Lisa did the subpages lessons 9 to 12. So let's look at number 9 first. So Lisa's lessons are catered towards the end of the unit as a summative way to learn. This involves reflection, summarising and working on a STEM project. The objective of the last 4 lessons are to reflect upon all of the scientific content and knowledge that the students have learnt. They will be using this knowledge to integrate it into their STEM project, which is making a magnetic maze with obstacles and a magnetic toy. During this process, the students will be keeping the visual learning journal made by the app Explain Everything to keep track of their learning, reflection and recording results throughout this unit. The students will also be adding videos and photographs to the process as this demonstrates them working technologically. Although this project is done in groups, the teachers are able to use the visual learning journal as their individual summative assessment to track their learning of the unit of work. So here's Lisa's lesson. And again, there are photo tabs that can be scrolled through on the side. Lesson 10, building a magnetic maze. And here Lisa's used photos of her experiment that she conducted. Lesson 11, building a magnetic toy. Again, her own photos. And lastly, lesson 12, magnetism in action. So this is the big one that summarises all of the knowledge learnt throughout the unit. So as we've seen throughout all of our lessons, we've kept the consistency of clicking to our virtual resources or our physical resources. as a way of linking our plans to our appendix. So let's first click on virtual resources. So virtual resources is still being added to. All the items are listed in numerical order to link with the resources in each lesson plans. So as you can see, there are a couple added already. We've also included a brief explanation of what the application is and its benefits. And here are also some of our Lisa's homemade resources that she's used with a QR code to link as well. So if you click on that, this will be able to stream the video straight onto the page. And again, that's being added to and edited. So let's go back and use the physical resources button. And again, this has been listed in numerical order with all the different types of physical resources used in the experiments and the lessons. These tabs, physical resources and virtual resources, are available under the resources tab, which is the last one on the menu. Virtual resources and physical resources. And last of all, within our resources tab is the reference list in alphabetical order. And that concludes the presentation of how to navigate through our website. I hope you have enjoyed, and thank you very much.